NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in eastern, central, or western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. If it involves money, Edwards Jones can help you out in Tulsa. On the Cusp, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local pampered chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other platforms. Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. And welcome here to the first game of our Inola, Oklahoma doubleheader here. It is the Tulsa Gators hosting the Wichita Skyhawks for a 2 o'clock, not a tip-off, had basketball last night. To the first game of, but before kickoff, we're waiting on a few things to get figured out. But first, before then, this game is the CMFL playoff game. Winner will move on. Following game at 7 p.m. tonight is the Oklahoma Rage against the Georgia Vipers. It's a long trip coming in. Winner will move on to the semifinal. That's the regional round for them. Georgia defeating Tennessee last week, or 2 weeks ago in their ball game. Oh. Trying to get my stuff to go where I want it to go. Appreciate the rosters from Semi-Pro Game Day. Any accuracies or inaccuracies, disclaimer, are not my fault, and please direct them to Semi-Pro Game Day for all your questions. Waiting for the text. What is the nonsense is this Windows 11 stuff going on here? I hate when it does all that stupid stuff. But we fixed it, I think. Because a professional person would always have the rosters on hand ready to go. Nope, not that one. There we go. It's the same one. We'll figure that out in a minute here. We are still discussing some things. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after a word from the Oklahoma Rage sponsors here. I do have to fix its master packing, by the way. I can't, for some reason it changed it back, or this is the wrong file, but we'll be back after this. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. If it involves money, Edwards Jones can help you out in Tulsa. So we are getting the pregame meeting here going on. In the full green is Tulsa, Wichita in the green accents with white uniforms. Again, thank you for joining us on this doubleheader here. Our first game of the doubleheader. Our second game will be a 7 p.m. kickoff. Oklahoma Rage and the Georgia Vipers coming in. So 3 states involved in today's broadcast here. Waiting on Semi-Pro Game Day to send a message in chat so I can hook him up there. I'm assuming he heard that. But we are, I guess we're not going to have the time on the scoreboard right now. It'll be run, I guess. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. No time right now, as there's some technical issues going on with that. So we'll fix that as soon as it is corrected, but it appears Tulsa's kicking off first to Skyhawks here. I think they're all still figuring out what to do. They can keep the clock on the field. I mean, that's not anything unusual that they can't do. Our bonus game did not work out today, so we do not have a bonus game for you at the same time. There you go, semi-pro game day. You got just some magical powers there. Hope you like them. Looks like number 17 and possibly number 8 back there for Wichita. That is Davis and Watts on the return. We got some Oregon vibes going on here with these uniforms. I really like that bright color. Oh, forward. I want to download it. There we go. I got part of the roster here. I'll try to get the rest of it when I get a break here. For the Gators, anyway. They're on 2 pages, not just one. And it is a beautiful day here in Inola, Oklahoma, outside of Tulsa. Grass is freshly watered as of the storms the last couple days. We are about ready for kickoff. There is the whistle. Still no scoreboard working, but we will just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. Sometimes it happens. Gators kicking off. Kick is back. It is returned all the way out to the 30. So 1st and 10 for Wichita here coming up. Again, Wichita in the white with the green accents and the highlighter green uniforms is the Tulsa Gators. This is the first Tulsa broadcast I have ever done here, and as part of our bonus coverage of tonight's playoff action featuring the Oklahoma Rage. I want to thank them for sponsoring this coverage. And the first snap will result in a flag. That's going to be 5 yards for the defense. Some free cover or free yards on that. And it'll remain 1st down and 5 I'm not sure why the my phone is having a bad day here. There we go. And we're set again in the shotgun formation, handoff in the backfield, little counter action. Ball was, I believe, might have been knocked loose. We're going to take a look back at this play. And on the first play of the game, we're going to look at this. Why did it do that? Hold on here. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Ball popped out into the Gators. It looked like one of those linemen got in there and knocked that ball loose. 1st and 10 for Tulsa now. So 1 play, 1 drive, 1 turnover is your stats so far in the ball game. Gators coming out with twins on each side. They have a back option here. You could do a toss play out of this. You can hand it off. Little boot. A lot of things. They're going to hand it off for a very short gain. Maybe, no, they're going to pick up some extra on that just by leaning forward. That's a 3-yard pickup, maybe 4. 2nd down and about 6. Again, the clock is not working, so we'll just let the officials do what they do. It is Tulsa again looking back for the pass this time. That is caught. Decent pickup of yards. Close to a 1st down is what they're going to give them. So the Gators are 3rd and 1 right now. So 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Craig Johnson with the accurate pass, enough to get past the line of scrimmage. Decent yards out of the play. Or actually, that wasn't Johnson. Or was it Johnson? Was number 1 a quarterback too? Nope. We'll figure it out. Run for a 1st down. That's our first down of the ball game. It appears number 1 is in the quarterback position. That is Gary Joviet Jr., the wide receiver on my roster. And zoom out a little bit here. They're playing a little wide down here. It appears the quarterback, at least number-wise, is a wide receiver currently. And pass is caught. And with the stop for Wichita, but pass was complete. It is the 2nd receiver here, not the outside one. Look at the one coming across. Wide open on that. Picked up a 1st down and then some more. 1st and 10, just about a yard shy of a 1st and goal. So potentially 8 downs available here for the Gators. Joviet back, looking to run for it. He'll pass instead. And no one there. That will go out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 from the 10-yard line. I know my math ain't that bad. I don't think that chain is stretched all the way. I think this could be 1st and very short of a goal. Okay, Gators QB is Holmes. Got it. Sorry, the roster and the numbers do not match perfectly here. So, unless I'm looking at the wrong roster. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong roster. That's why. Holmes with the run on that pickup, though. That's 3rd and 3. Holmes with the pickup of his own. He's had a couple completions in this ball game. Twins on both sides. A little offsetting formation here on this side in motion. Closer to the press box. Quarterback keeper, Holmes. He'll dive for it. It is going to be short, but that's a 1st and goal. That's going to bring up... I know my math ain't that. The sticks are in front of the marker, so it is... There you go. There we go. Doing the math over there. The sticks were in front of the marker. So I'm going to rearrange some stuff over here to make this work a little better. Holmes with the snap. He's going to keep it. He will dive in. He is going to be short. 2nd down. No gain on the play. The Skyhawks defense stepping up a little bit there. Arranging some stuff, so I got the computers a little easier to get to here. Oh, there we go. Now we good. Now we're all set on 2nd and goal. Handoff. That's going to be close. That is a touchdown. I mean, that is the buffet line helping to make that play work. And they definitely made it worth their effort tonight. Handoff, the ball may have popped loose, but it was carried across. Tulsa on the board with 6. And waiting on the extra point to come out of this here. And Demaria Bryant with the touchdown off that handoff. Still waiting for a snap here. I'm not sure what we're discussing. We have the Gators coach heading out. I think we have an injury. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after these messages. On the Cusp, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local Pampered Chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs, On Facebook and other platforms, Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. And we are back. We have an injured Skyhawk coming off the field. He's being helped off. Looks like he is not hurt too bad out there. Hopefully he'll be back in the game pretty soon. Now we're going to see, it looks like this is a kicking team. Many of these teams are, they don't kick. Oh, gator emoji's kind of neat there. It is Fields with the extra point. Fields is up. It's good. 7-0 in favor of Tulsa. We'll be back after this, still in the first quarter. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. And we are back. It is a 7-0 lead if you're just joining us. Touchdown run from second and goal not too long ago here. The extra point was also good. Makes us a 7-0 ball game. Kick is going to be short. It's bobbled by the Skyhawks. Skyhawks will not have any gain on the play. We have a Gator that appears to be down. Nope, he's okay out there. So 1st and 10 for Wichita. Wichita's second drive of the game. The first drive they fumbled the ball and gave up the ball on the second play of the ball game after a defensive penalty. Appreciate everyone for joining me here from Inola, Oklahoma. Later tonight, we'll have the second game of our doubleheader. And another stop here. Another, I believe it might be a turnover. Take a look at this. Ball came out. It was recovered by the Gators. So that is the second first play turnover of the ball game. And just like that, Tulsa, in just about in the red zone, has an opportunity to go up 2 scores early in this contest already. And the sun is coming out, so if they do cause some camera glare and whatnot, I apologize for that. I'll do my best to keep it from getting too crazy on you. Gators back. Pass is complete. Reception by Constam. And Holmes, another completion, another first down. That does move the Gators into the red zone once again, just short of the 10-yard line. Well, I guess right between the 10 and the 15 out there. 7-0 score here. Don't know the time. It is being kept on the field due to some technology issues. A little toss play. Gators might have got away with the penalty there. Bit of a rough tackle on the other side. The official going over having I would imagine having a discussion or thinking about having a discussion about that. But that'll bring up second down. It's a gain of 4. Second and 6 inside the red zone here. They need to get to the 9 for another first down. Pass is caught. Running in for the touchdown. Again, Tulsa picking up some more yards here. I don't know these names off the top of my head. That's trying to catch them, kind of wherever they play there, but it's one of the drawbacks with the new team sometimes. Just a little drop pass right there. Step back into the route and pick up the second touchdown. 13-0 in favor of Tulsa. Another kick on the way here. It is Kuno Fields. He's listed as a quarterback. And the kick is up. The kick is good. So in the first quarter, it is 14-0. We're going to take another break. We'll be back after this. Tulsa on top. On the cusp, pediatric dentistry and orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local pampered chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other. And we are back, 14-0 here. That touchdown, Daniel Chin, the 2025 MVP for the CMFL, picked up the second score of the ball game. Oh, it was Dylan? Okay. Had the name wrong there, but either way, it's second touchdown coming out of that. Skyhawks have a chance. They're going to run into some traffic, though, and all the Gators are going to have a bit of a snack on that tackle there, and I don't know what you call a pack of Gators, but that is what they would look like.
There's a guy, number 9. His is Gallion.
Okay.
Galya.
So first and 10 for Wichita. Wichita's had 2 offensive plays. They've had 2 turnovers on 2 offensive plays. So we'll see if they have better luck with the hands here. The last one was knocked out by one of the, I believe, linemen. And then the second one was a quarterback mistake. Ball wound up in the hands of the Gators. And good lateral tackle there. Nowhere to go on that. And that looked like 90 and 17 out there. Slanton with half a tackle. But that is our first offensive play. That is not a turnover for Wichita in this ball game. It resulted in a loss of about 4 or 5 out there. And it'll be second down and it looks like 14. Depends on how far you measure it. Pass is incomplete, nowhere to go. That was Stewart with the, actually, we got a couple quarterbacks listed on here. I should probably make sure I know I got the right quarterback out there for Wichita. Some of these teams do like to switch out quarterbacks. It's a quarterback shuffle sometimes. Fun thing is when you put 2 in the game at the same time and you just rotate them back and forth. It appears to be number... Is that a number 6 out there? Wichita pass is complete. That's a first down and then some more. Big play on that. That was Goodwin Legree with the reception. And that's a 1st and 10. That's the first down for Wichita in the ball game. Gators have 3 so far. Pass is incomplete. Good save on that to prevent the loss of down and yards. It just results in a loss of down. Earlier, we had a quarterback fumble that eventually would lead to a touchdown about 3 or 4 plays later. It is 2nd and 10 coming up for the Skyhawks. Chin is looking very nice out there. He's got some skills. Handoff. Again, Tulsa with the stop, but a good run on that. That was Junie Jones with the... I thought he got a little more than that, but I guess he didn't quite get what I thought he had. Still bring up 3rd and about 2, though. So 3rd and short now for Wichita. Gators actually had a pretty good defensive stop on that. I was expecting a little more yards coming out of that play. Skyhawks back. Little drop pass overthrown. That was nearly picked off. And number 6 is Craig Smith for the Skyhawks. Or Keeson Smith for the Skyhawks, sorry. I don't know if that's him or not, but it says he's a DB wide receiver. So I don't know if a number change. Maybe my stat person can let me know if that's him or not. Back in the studios in Kansas City. Two wide receivers and a tight end on the opposite side. Over here on the right side here, we have 2 receivers. Pass is nearly picked off again. Or was that picked off? Oh, that was a turnover on down. So either way, it does not matter. It'll go back to Tulsa. So that is the 3rd turnover of the ball game here. This time it's on downs. First 2 were fumbles in the contest. And we're going to take a very short break here to set a marker point. But we'll be back right after this if I can get it to work. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Tulsa Gators, their third offensive drive. First one resulted in a touchdown. Second one resulted in a touchdown. And we'll see how the third goes here. Holmes breaks free with the pass out to the 30. 25, one-on-one. That's a good defensive stop there. Pass complete to Sisson. And good defense by Jones. I've kind of got everything in place where I could see rosters and stuff now. It's a little hard sometimes. 14-0 if you're just joining us in the first right now. This is your Allen Hilliard Sports bonus coverage game, brought to you by the Oklahoma Rage. They'll be playing here at 7 o'clock tonight against the Georgia Vipers. In motion, this is handed off, and Gators are going to pick up a lot of yards. That's another touchdown. Tulsa Gators was wide open on that run. And we're going to take another look at this play here as a couple receivers in motion. Found the weak side. Nothing but green grass all the way to the end zone. Gators now with 20 on the boards. We're going to be finding a Shoney's buffet here pretty soon at this rate before the night's over. If you get done early enough, you might be able to make it before the old people get there. And a little bobbled on the snap. Ball still. A lineman has it. We do have a penalty flag. So we're going to go back and look at this and figure out how you'd get a penalty out of this. I mean, I'm sure you can, but while they discuss it, there's the bobble. It might be to an ineligible receiver, honestly, which is the funniest penalty. It's going to be against Tulsa. But either way, it's 20-0 now in favor of the Gators. And we should be getting close to the last few minutes of the first quarter here, I would assume. Of course, we haven't taken a lot of time off the clock, though. Other games going on this week, we will try to find some for you here. Or you can find coverage of all the semi-pro stuff on Semi-Pro Game Day. On Facebook, of course. Great coverage there. They do excellent coverage. Of course, for Allen Hilliard Sports, the next 2 weeks, we'll be back with the Ozarks Lunkers doing the video board up there. And then after that, we'll be in Springfield for the Ozarks Martial Arts thing that I do every year. We'll have 3 cameras from that. We'll have 3 different mats live. We'll try to rotate a little bit. So be sure to check that out and join us, as the first time I tried that with 3 different cameras. That's going to land short near the T-Mobile logo. This is T-Mobile Field, of course. And we're going to have a 1st and 10 for Wichita. They've had 3 turnovers. 2 of them were forced. The third one was just a turnover on downs. Other games going on. It is the Tulsa, or not Tulsa Gators. I'm doing that game. It is the Oklahoma Bears and Joplin Crusaders. That game down in Oklahoma City, I'm assuming. And then we have the Kansas City Bulldogs visiting the St. Louis Falcons, and the Cyclones making the trip to Savannah to face the St. Joe Bucks. So the winner of this game will face the Bears or Crusaders. The Bucks Cyclones will face the Falcons or Panthers. If Tulsa wins, they will host the next game. If they do not win, it will be either the Bears or Joplin, whoever comes out of that. Wichita incomplete. Throw is off target. Pass by Smith. Not to the intended target there. Coaches tonight. It is Daryl Nov. Defensive coach Eddie Hartfield. Followed by Brandon Hoffman. DJ, Michael Owen, Henry Powell Jr., Chris Banowitz, Jason Easley. The Bucks and Cyclones will be on Jack's Media Productions on YouTube at 6. So you could watch that. Just get you a TV and put you on about 3 or 4 games at once. Get you a little 4-screen action going there. Pick up on the play for Smith, and enough for a first down. It is still the first period here. We have not changed over quarters. And I believe at 4 o'clock the St. Louis Falcons are I was told they're streaming that game, so you could also watch that on the St. Louis Falcons. And I imagine the Bears game is also being streamed. I'll try to find out where the Bears game is being streamed. But there's a lot of green on that field out there. 20-0 in favor of the highlighter green Tulsa team. Incomplete. Nearly picked off. And take another look at this pick right here. Or this near pick. Look at how high he had to go. Blocked it, nearly was able to pull it down. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Heavy on the left side for the receivers for Tulsa here. I'd expect something either deep over there or a short little pass on the opposite side over here. They're going for the deep route, and the deep route is not available. And the Bears are on the Oklahoma Sports Network on YouTube. So, like I said, bring up multiple windows tonight. You could watch all kinds of football action. What's better than watching football on a Friday night? And again, off-balance formation here. Heavy on the receivers, opposite side of the field. Again, quarterback is tackled going down. And good hindsight to see that. Not an overly forceful tackle, but Keyshawn Smith is brought down. That'll bring up 4th down from just about midfield, the 47-yard line. Again, for all the coverage, check out Semi-Pro Game Day on Facebook. That's where you can find all this coverage. And that wind is blowing out there. This press box is shaking. On the way down, it was really picking up after the rain came through. The whistle, but the snap was... I mean, I'm assuming that was meant to be a punt, but there was a whistle before the snap. I'm not sure what the penalty is. Oh, just an inadvertent whistle? Alrighty then. So now we're going to go back to the punt. Punt is returned by Shannon. Davis with the kick. 1st and 10 for Tulsa. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. A word from our Oklahoma Rage sponsors. On the Cusp, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local pampered chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other platforms. Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. And second quarter action ready to go. Woo. Got to drink here. Just had some tea. We'll grab that. Grab me something to drink here. Getting thirsty. Big Red. Gators, more of a pistol formation now. A little more distance in between, along with the back option. Penalty flags on probably the defense. We'll see if, yep, it is encroachment. That's 5 yards. 1st and 5 coming up now for Tulsa. And a little confusion out there, but ball is now in the right spot. It's 20-0 in favor of Tulsa. They scored on 3 turnovers in the ball game. And that's going to be a free play. So that's going to be a first down. Everyone was waiting for a flag. Since they did not stop the play, that is going to be, well, an almost uncontested catch. A little bit. The defender back there thought about it and kept playing, but that could have been a touchdown. And 1st and 10 for Tulsa. Called a brain fart moment. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes they will let it play through. This time under center. Look for maybe a little boot pass or something short. I'm sure the play clock's running low. There we go. Handoff. And you get old-fashioned fullback run coming out of that. going to be close. I believe it's just second down. It's a 9-yard pickup, 9.5. It's almost as close as you get. Again, thank you for joining me here on today's doubleheader provided by the Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Rage game will be at 7 p.m. tonight. Again, with no play clock, it's kind of hard to really get your timing, I guess, if it makes sense. This pass to the end zone, that is caught. That's a touchdown. We're going to take a look at this touchdown here. I mean, almost uncontested. You can see him right there, the inside receiver. I believe a bit of a cross there, but that will make this a 26-0 ball game. And the kicking ball coming back out. That also will send Fields out for another extra point. The last one had a missed snap and eventually was thrown to an ineligible lineman, which resulted in a failed extra point conversion, or 2-point conversion, I guess it turned out to be. And that was Caleb Stacy with the reception on that. I actually did not see the number in time there, but I appreciate that. That's our official stat person there. Semi-Pro Game Day back in his Kansas City office. And this is going to go nowhere, so we're going to stick with a 26-0 score. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be kicking off to Wichita. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local. And again, that is Master Packing, by the way, not Manchester Packing. I apologize for that. Apparently something happened, the file or whatever got mixed up, but we'll fix that in a little bit here, or between games for the last game. I want to thank all the Oklahoma sponsors for everything that they do for all these teams. (26-0) in favor of Tulsa right now. They're still 2 scores away from running clock. They would be 1 if it wasn't for the missed extra point, but it happens. Wichita on the return. Out to the 25. And Skyhawks will start 1st and 10. We have an injured Tulsa player coming off. A bit of a limp out there. He's coming off on his own, but Everyone checking we got enough players on the field, especially for Tulsa. Tulsa coach a little bit out of the coach's box there. I think passing numbers might be a little too far. Sun's starting to come out a little bit here. Pass is complete. Smith from the backfield. It's enough for a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4 coming up. It is the second quarter. We have a technical error with the clock, so currently the clock is being held by the officials. It has been a stormy weekend here. I live up in Missouri, and we had quite a bit of rain over the last night or so. Pass is complete. That was Goodwin LeGray, the wide receiver, with the reception for the first down, and Tulsa will move the chains. Wichita will move the chains, not Tulsa. Both are wearing green. Much brighter highlighter green color on the white jerseys, though. Of course, those numbers are just eye-blinding to a certain point, but it's pretty nice numbers. Pass back, incomplete. Intended for, can't see the number here. Have a sideline warning. No penalty. We will, should be 2nd down. Or is it 1st down? Okay. We're going to repeat 1st down after the sideline warning. Handoff out to the 44-yard line, it looks like. That is number 4. That is Goodwin with the run. Second and actually about 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up. It is windy out there. It is beautiful, though. Some of the camera movement is literally just like the wind blowing against the press box. It is strong. Handoff in the back. That's batted down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and about 5 or 6 coming up here for Wichita. Now they have to decide, go for a safe pass or if they're going deep on this one. I mean, either way you go, it really wouldn't be too bad. You're at midfield, so you can experiment a little bit with your offense. See what Smith does. Smith is looking for someone. He's still looking for someone. Well, he's going to have to run it now. And he's going to run for a 1st down. Smith with the good pickup on the play. Smith able to delay enough here, we'll take a look at this as ran around enough, left open a gap for the first down, and just like in the movie The Replacements, winners always want the ball. Good movie if you've never seen it. I believe Gene Hackman played the coach in that movie. Back option for Smith. We probably have a flag out of this. We do. So free play, 5 free yards coming out of this, and another first down. So they won't lose yards or anything. And why is there a fourth down? I don't think it jumped from 1 to 4 that quick. Those numbers don't work that close to each other. It is second. It is still first down. And they figured it out. In motion is Watts. Smith back with the ball. Smith will be tackled for a loss all the way back at the 40. That will bring up 3rd and 19. Actually, should be 2nd and 19. Because that first play was a penalty. Wait, why is he saying 4th down? Alright, well, I'm glad I'm not keeping track of that. They're going to give the stoppage closer to the 35. Okay, now they're saying... Shouldn't it be 2nd? We have a penalty. I believe it should be 2nd down here. Or are we sticking with 3? Alright, we're going with 3. 26-0. It is Wichita with the ball in the second. Officials have the clock down on the field, so we do not know what the official time is down there. Don't have none of the, fancy headset for the officials to give out the time and none of that. I believe we do have a 2-minute warning we'll hit eventually. Smith in trouble again. And another sack, this time all the way back around the 30. So it is 4th and a long way to go right now. They have to get the ball up to the opposite 41-yard line for a first down, the Skyhawks do. And right now the Skyhawks are kind of not sinking on offense. I would expect a punt out of this. We do have the punter back there for Wichita. And that is high. It is going... I think it went backwards, honestly. The ball's recovered before the line of scrimmage. So that is a short field positioning for the Gators now. I believe it's illegal touching on the play. So nope, we're going to redo this 4th down. But the chains have already moved. Okay, the chains have moved, though. So I'm not sure. Are we just not going to reset the chains? Maybe not. And we're still waiting on... What are we... Okay, we have a lot of confusion here. It's 4th down and something. I believe the chains should be at the 41 as the line of scrimmage. And this will go out of bounds, so it'll be 1st and 10 now for Tulsa. We'll finally reset and give Tulsa the first down. So 26-0 should be close to the 2-minute warning here, if not under it by now. 7 o'clock, we'll have our second game of the doubleheader. It'll be the Oklahoma Rage, and will be the Georgia Vipers. That's a long trip from Georgia. Handoff in the backfield. It is going to be short. Second down and 10 back to the line of scrimmage. A little change of rotation coming out of this. On the snap, pass is incomplete near the line of scrimmage. Very brave chain person on that. It is Sisson. Actually, see the quarterback out there. I don't know if I've established that or not for the Gators yet. Might be... It is not 18. Pass is incomplete. That's why you got to use two hands. I believe it could be Douglas out there. That's a fourth down, by the way. That will bring up the kicking team. But barring a second half comeback here right now, Tulsa is at least set up to finish this game off and move on, but there's still half a game to go. But I'm just not seeing a lot of action here from Wichita at the moment. course, it's not over till the end of the game, though. I have seen scores change drastically. This is the first punt tonight for the Gators. That ball's coming down inside the 10. It is returned to the 9. So roughly no yards, maybe 1 on the return. And Wichita will get the ball back. And the annual trading of footballs. So 1st and 10 from inside their own 10-yard line is the Skyhawks. They cannot afford penalties here. And they cannot afford mishandling of the football. That would result in very bad ball placement for them. Again, the momentum has been all Tulsa here. The defense has stepped up for Wichita. However, the offense hasn't really been there yet. That's pretty much how we're at where we are. There's just not a lot of offense going. Defensively, it hasn't been horrible. Whoa. Camera's moving a bit. Pass is complete. Pass to Johnson all the way out to the 33-yard line. Big late second quarter pickup there on 1st down. Gets them out of the red zone. And the Skyhawks, I mentioned, they can, if they get throwing the ball, they can score. They have a solid team. The trick is trying to get the momentum going so they can make it happen. Upcoming broadcast next week. We'll be back in Springfield, Missouri. We won't have a broadcast. We'll be doing the video board along with the following weekend. Pass is caught. 4th of July coming up. Hopefully you have a good holiday. Be safe with fireworks. 1st down for the completion again. So again, Wichita, they're starting to step back in it a little bit. They're getting in the groove, and they are starting to make things happen. First and 10 from the 45. The Skyhawks 45. And we're going to take I'm assuming a 2-minute break. We'll be back after these messages from Oklahoma Rage sponsors. On the cusp, pediatric dentistry and orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local Pampered Chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other platforms. Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. So back here, 1st and 10. I believe that might have been the 2-minute warning. Wichita steps back, looks for the pass. Incomplete, intended for Jovielt from Smith. 2nd and 10, still from the 45. On 2nd down, again, out of the shotgun, and bobbled the ball. Smith, he's been caught several times back here. He's got to get rid of it. He throws it. And we have an injury. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back after this injury. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in eastern, central, or western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. If it involves money, Edwards Jones can help you out in Tulsa. And looks like everyone's all right. 3rd down, that was saved by getting the pass off. There was a receiver in the area, but it still brings up 3rd and 10 from the 45. In trouble again. And another sack. This time it is Ferris coming in and quarterback. Ferris is sacked immediately. That is a 10-yard loss on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 20. Good job by the SWAT team there, as the defense is called. And a really good pressure. That's probably the 4th big pressure the quarterbacks had. 3 of them have resulted in sacks. Way behind the line of scrimmage. And this will be a punt. Last punt. Well, the first version of it didn't go very far, but the second one resulted in giving the ball back to Tulsa, but then it was punted away again. And this punt's going to go all the way out to the other side. It'll be downed around the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 35. We're going to take a very short break to mark the spot, and we'll be back right after this for the Tulsa Gators offense. On the cusp, pediatric dentistry and orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local pampered chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here. And 2nd quarter remaining here, under 2 minutes to go in the half. Tulsa with a 26-point lead so far in the ball game. And the sun is getting a little bright here, so I'll try to, if I can't see the numbers and stuff as well, that is the reason why. The sun is awfully bright, but the reception's a first down. It was caught by Barnett. Technically, if he was not touched on that by the defending team, it is still a live ball. I don't know if that's what they're discussing or not, but it's a new fresh set of downs. I have seen where they have called plays dead when they should not have been called dead, just because of the difference in the rules that many of these officials have. I could feel that heat blown in from outside, though. It's toasty out there. It's definitely got some Oklahoma weather going. Pass is caught once again. Pass complete to Tyrese Sisson for another first down. Stepped out of bounds. That does stop the clock and gives time for this offense to keep going. Again, similar set, looking downfield. And this time, ball is out of bounds, I believe. Or is that caught? That's out of bounds. That should bring up second down, actually. I was about to say third, but most of the time we can count. Sometimes there's some counting mistakes in the math. A mistake or two is fine once in a while. It happens. I wonder if my little cart's still down there. I hope so. Or did I bring it up here? I think I brought it up here. (26-0) Tulsa with the ball. They have the lead right now. Pass by Holmes is complete for a 7-yard pickup, I believe. Bring up third down on that play. So 3 yards to go. They have to make it to the, looks like the 32-yard line for a first. Tulsa Gators in the green, Wichita in the white with the highlighter green accents. And they're sending the house here. They're sending everyone they can. Oh, never mind. Holmes with the pass. That is incomplete. In the hands, not able to bring it in. Fourth down. Pass intended for Dylan Chin. I mean, just skimmed off the hands. Very good placement on that ball. But it's still 3 yards to go, so 4th and 3. Boy, it is humid as can be outside right now. Holmes goes deep again. That is picked off. So essentially an arm punt. Or is that incomplete? Well, that's going to be halftime at... Well, maybe. That's going to be halftime. We're going to take a break at halftime. We'll be back in a little bit for more football. Thank you for joining us on Allen Hilliard Sports. Tulsa leads 26-0. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Raid. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. If it involves money, Edwards Jones can help you out in Tulsa. And we are about back here for the third quarter. It will be Tulsa football coming out. Tulsa leads 26-0 after 3 touchdowns off 3 turnovers. Then it has turned into a defensive battle, punting back and forth essentially. Tulsa ran out of clock on downs in the end of the first half. Had a couple opportunities to get in the end zone, but didn't quite make it there. Do appreciate everyone for watching tonight. It's been a pleasure bringing you this ball game here. We'll have our nightcap ball game, the Oklahoma Rage against the Georgia Vipers. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff for that ball game. And I think we're just waiting on... I don't know what we're waiting on. A few players still wandering out in the field. Officials are ready. We are ready to go. There's the whistle. Wichita will kick off to Tulsa. In the backfield for Tulsa is Caleb Stacy. Oh, a couple rotations here in the lineup. We've had a lot of kicks come up short, though. This wind has been pretty fierce out here at times. I don't know what we're waiting on, actually, here. Got the coach going out now for some reason. We're waiting on a chain crew? Honestly, we could be. I think we are waiting on the chain crew out there. 26-0 in favor of Tulsa at T-Mobile Stadium in Inola, Oklahoma. And short kick to the 40. No more on that, as it'll be a first down right at the 40. The Tulsa ball, first and 10. And we are set. Holmes passes, caught, short gain on the play. About a 5-yard pickup, though. 5 wide receivers. Actually, one's a tight end, but either way, pass is caught, complete, downfield. That's a touchdown for the Tulsa Gators. Are they going to say he was... Yep, that's a touchdown. So 32-0 now in favor of Tulsa. Big pickup on the play. There was a little bit of question about that, about whether it was a touchdown or not. I think they didn't know if he stepped out of bounds, but it was ruled a completion and the touchdown, extra point on the way. Both teams' defenses in that second half had a fairly strong showing. So we'll see what the next step here is for Tulsa. I mean, they don't have to go for 2 or nothing. It don't matter. I'm going to assume it'll be a running clock if they do get another touchdown. That was Dylan Chin able to bring that ball in for the long touchdown play. Ball is snapped in place. 2-point conversion. Over to the corner. Fade route. That is good. 34-0. Tulsa on top. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this. On the cusp, pediatric dentistry and orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local Pampered Chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other platforms. Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. So we are awaiting everyone to get set once again here. The sun doing a little bit of funkiness on the clouds there, creating some, interestingly, going from light to dark. And glowing the uniforms a little bit, which is weird. Very highlighter-esque uniforms. Kick is back into the end zone. And Watts can't return it. Be 1st and 10 from the 20 or 25, wherever their start position is back there. But Wichita coming in, just a 1-touchdown game not that long ago. And it has turned into a 34-0 contest, with the Skyhawks starting back near their own red zone again. They had a little bit of momentum going, but it quickly faded away there. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Again, we're at T-Mobile Field in Inola, Oklahoma. Watching Allen Hilliard Sports. Some of my numbers coverage, also semi-pro game day. Loss on the play for 2nd down. Maybe a 1-yard loss on that. Still 2nd and 10. Maybe half a yard loss, not quite one. Change of plans. Bucks and Cyclones on East Central Media YouTube now. So if you want to watch that game, you can check that out on East Central Eagles Media. And he should be well in front. He is. He's down at the 15. They called a turnover on that. Did I get the replay? I do have the replay. Let me see where the turnover is. Ball's down. So the ball popped out when he went down, and it's a turnover. It is going to be Tulsa football. So that's the 4th turnover of the ball game by the Gators in this. SWAT team defense is living up to their name. I legit did not see a turnover there. For whatever reason there, the angle of that made it really hard to see, and the sun is not helping either. Tulsa out of the shotgun. Looking back. Pass is incomplete. Holmes' pass, no good. Intended for, I believe it was Barnett. Bring up 2nd down. And still 10 to go. First down marker is at the, I believe, the 6-yard line. Penalty flag, probably delay a game. Was it a sideline warning? Is that the second? That's the second sideline warning we've had on, well, .37 of Wichita is not very happy about whatever that was. Did we get an offsides? I don't know what happened there. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike in half the distance to the goal. So that'll set up a 2nd and short now. Maybe my stat partners in Kansas City, Missouri can inform me on what happened right there. Because I can't give you an answer. But we can give you a touchdown. We have a penalty flag. And the back judge is saying no on that. It was Varnes with the run, but I don't know if it's going to count. It will not. 10 yards going back the other direction. And we'll do this over again. So 2nd down and near the original line of scrimmage. Wait, it should be 2nd down, not 3rd. There we go. Now we're all correct. Again, the clock is not working, so there is no game clock on there. That is the reason why. And I'm having to do things the old-fashioned way by actually press the button to add a score. And this pass is going to be complete. 13 with the reception. Barnett picks up a 1st and goal. And 2nd and goal, short gain, if any. Ball up here spotted at the... nope, it'll be a 1-yard loss, but close to the same starting. It was the 2nd down. Still Holmes in at quarterback. We have 99, 75, and 56 out there for the offensive line. And they have been eating well tonight. Another short gain. This time brings them on the other side of the 5 to the 4.5 or 3.5. So 3rd and goal coming up for Tulsa. It is a warm one today. It's only going to get warmer this summer. But depending on what happens, this may be the final broadcast day of the summer season here. We'll just have to see. Holmes on his feet, trying to get over, can't make it. That's a 4th down now. Holmes is all right. He's going to lose a few yards on that. Back to about the 7. And 4th down. I think we're going to take a break here. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back. You're watching Tulsa football on Allen Hilliard Sports. NYSA Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Rage. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 101st Street is your local Edwards Jones financial advisor. Be sure to contact him for all your investing needs, savings needs, whatever it may be. We are back. It is 4th down and goal. Holmes pass to the corner. It's caught for a touchdown. Oklahoma Rage, 40 points on the board now. That will invoke the running clock, barring a touchdown. Take a quick look at this as Holmes passed to the corner. Had the feet, and it was good. So 40 points on the board. Tulsa has a very high chance of moving on to the next round. And again, Tulsa will face the winner of Oklahoma, the Bears, and the Joplin Crusaders. So they will host that game. And the St. Joe Bucks and Cyclones are on the opposite side. They'll face the winner of the Falcons and Panthers. Extra point on the way by Fields. Kick is up. Kick is good. And with that, it is 41-0 in favor of Tulsa. We'll be back after this. Words from the Oklahoma Rage sponsors in just a minute. On the Cusp, Pediatric Dentistry and Orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. Are you in need of an event space around Wagner, Oklahoma, or the Tulsa area? Check out Patio on the Hill. They're there for birthdays, baby showers, and more. Patio on the Hill is a great venue here for whatever it needs, whether it be an office party, and they are supporters of local community and the Oklahoma Rage. Again, Patio on the Hill in Wagner, Oklahoma. Brittany Sunday is your local pampered chef here, whether it be a private consultation or an office party. Check out Brittany Sunday here for baking needs on Facebook and other platforms. Brittany Sunday is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. And we're going to take a... Actually, it's a fourth quarter. I think we're going to take a... Well, I thought we were going to take a break, but they're going to get the kickoff first. And that sun is getting extra toasty out here now. So we're going to swap sides again, get over on this side. Thank you for joining us from Inola, Oklahoma for our first game of today's doubleheader. Apologize for the less complicated scoreboard, but due to technology issues, we will roll with this. Once the clock starts, it should keep on ticking. And then during the break in between, we'll have interviews from both head coaches, the Rage and the visiting Georgia Vipers. Well, those will be played during the game at some point. Generally early, if I remember, but we all know how that goes. First and 10 for Wichita at the 35. On July 24th, 25th, we'll have martial arts action for you. We'll have 2 roughly 8-hour days with 3 mats, their own separate stream, so you can have all the fun you want with that. We'll get all that set up, make sure it works. It'll be from the Oasis Hotel in Springfield, Missouri. And then I'm not sure what we'll have after that. If you got something for me, let me know, because I don't have anything really planned right now. So, high school season starts mid-August with the Jamboree in Rolla. Tipped pass, still Wichita ball, and it'll be second down. Defense just swarming in there. Both Slayton and Douglas, or not Douglas, but Smith, able to get hands on in there and disrupt that pass. Along with Fields is actually out there on the defensive side. Now he's listed as... Well, there's no positions on here for Fields. Pass is caught. Complete for a first down. I believe that is who I thought it was. Oh. I just got to find the... There we go. It is Gary Joviet. My roster disappeared. First and 10 for Wichita. Inside the 50. And the backfield ball is complete. It is Warren Dillon, by the way, at quarterback currently for Wichita. 3rd down. So Fields plays quarterback, kicker, and cornerback. That is what I call a utility player right there. In other sports, especially like softball, it's like a player that can play everything. Fields is very talented. He's doing a good job on the defense. Been successful on the kicks. Just the one that wasn't complete was a bad snap. 1st down, still in bounds, out of bounds at the 25. Pass complete to Craig Johnson. First and 10 inside the 30. Looks like the 26-yard line is the official spot. The Swiss Army knife. I like that. Again, Semi-Pro Game Day assisting with some numbers and information. And the sack. That ball's on the ground. Tulsa has it, heading the other way. And a turnover. We're going to take a look at this. We have an unsportsmanlike on the field, but while we are being unsportsmanlike, we will look back at this fumble recovery here. And both teams getting on the field there. Looks like they are separating. But it is 4th down. If they're not careful, they'll call this game, which would still have the same result. It's 41-0 with the running clock right now. So we have an unsportsmanlike penalty against the return team. Or is that the original penalty? I know we have an unsportsmanlike. We did have a flag. I don't know if it was during the play or if it was a result of after the play. So we're going to take a 1-minute break here and we'll figure out what's going on. Nysa Walker Photography is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and the Tulsa community. Check them out on Facebook for all your photography needs. Since 1987, Manchester Packing Company in Tulsa, Oklahoma has been a true neighbor and a supporter of the Eastern Oklahoma community here. Be sure to check them out, Manchester Packaging, supporters of Oklahoma Rage. Oklahoma Crete is a proud supporter of the Oklahoma Rage and many communities in Oklahoma there. They are headquarters in Tulsa. They also have people in Oklahoma City, so whether you're in Eastern, Central, or Western Oklahoma, contact Oklahoma Crete for all your needs. Illumination Mobile Phlebotomy LLC is your local blood bank delivery service. Wherever it needs to go, give them a call in the Tulsa and Oklahoma area. Good luck, Oklahoma Raid. Edwards Jones, Larry Cornell on East 100. All right, we are back to clarify. I still have no clue what the call was, but it is against Tulsa. And they were pushed back far more than 15 yards from where the end of the play landed. But I'm assuming there was a return fumble or return penalty. It is Tulsa ball. DeMarco Hubbard forced the fumble. And pass is incomplete. A couple receivers down there, but Holmes split the two receivers. Appreciate everyone for joining me here. This football game, we have probably about 10 minutes left, if not less than that, as it's a running clock. It should be anyway. It's 41-0, but we'll see. We are not keeping track of the time here. It's all done on the field. They're having some technology issues with the scoreboard, which is amazing, but it's not working. And it happens. Penalty flag, trying to get offsides. Nope, false start on the offense. So it'll be second. So it is second down, and they are spread out. Pass is caught. This could be dangerous. All the way to the other side on the 50. And take a look at this reception here. And both defenders went to the wrong receiver. And that's where we wound up on that. It was Barnett with the reception. And the pass is complete. Close to a first down. This is Chin with the catch. Are they going to give him the first, or is that a very short second? Nope, it's going to be a yard short. Well, it's going to be a foot short. Again, come back, tune in at 7 p.m. for the Oklahoma Rage. They'll be here later tonight. Before we go, I want to appreciate everyone for saying hi on there, and of course Semi-Pro Game Day for keeping things civil and giving me some information. Third and 2 now after a very short broken play. Pass is caught. Tulsa still on their feet out to the 30 for a first down. That is Chin once again with the pickup of about 7 yards for the first down. Fourth quarter here. Clock continuing to wind. And the sun continuing to get even more toasty. 90 degrees with a heat advisory. That would explain that would explain a lot. Very toasty. Holmes pass to the end zone. It is caught. I believe that is caught. That is amazing here. We're going to take a look at that. How in the world? That is amazing. First and goal for Tulsa. And into the end zone for the score. Gators on the board again. 47 points. Extra point on the way. And we have a new face out there. It is Frankie Davis coming out. Have not seen a lot of him today. Field still kicking, of course. And that kick makes it 48 points in the game. 48-point lead for Tulsa. We'll be back after these words from the Rage sponsors. On the cusp, pediatric dentistry and orthopedics is your local dentist here in the Tulsa area. Be sure to stop by, give them a visit. Again, thank you for supporting the Oklahoma Rage from On the Cusp. And we are back. That is going to be your final score. The clock runs out after the extra point. So Tulsa will advance 48-0 over the Wichita Skyhawks. They're going to play either in Oklahoma or they'll play here, but they'll either play Oklahoma or they're going to play Joplin. So it'll be a I-44 showdown either way. We'll talk to you later from Allen Hilliard Sports. Thank you for joining us.